I see myself in 5 years with at least $1 million in my bank account, 100%. That's me becoming PFL world champion, if not once, then twice.
Hey folks, my name's Ash and I'm joined by Tim, and welcome to another episode of Calf Kick Sports. Today we have one of UK's hottest UKW MMA athletes, and we believe a future star in the making. Shanelle Dyer, how are you? And how is the traincation in Thailand?
Thanks for having me. I'm blessed to be part of your podcast. Yeah, the traincation was amazing, like much needed. I had a busy year last year and just had to end it off going to the best country in the whole world, which is Thailand. Like, I loved every second of it. 35-degree heat. I was literally just training, having a laugh, going to the beach, eating amazing food. It was literally paradise. Thailand's paradise. Loved it.
Here's the thing, though, yeah. So most people that would have fought 4 times in a year would just normally want to do a normal vacation. Fuck the training completely.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna relax, yeah, and just sit on a beach. If it was me, I'd be a beached whale,
Yeah.
just sitting. Why did you decide to train?
You know
Do
me.
you want to rest?
I'm so obsessed with fighting and like training and getting better. Like I can't go for holiday. I can't go more than a week or two without training, or I'll get mad. I'll get mad paranoid and like, so I'm just like, you know what? Let me go Thailand, best country ever, and I can do both. Like I don't put any pressure on myself, anyways. Like I'm in Thailand. If I don't want to train, I don't train. If I felt like I was forcing myself to train, I don't have to train. But it was literally like it's Thailand. It's like the fight capital of the world, and I went to an amazing gym called Bangtao, and I just wanted to like get all the opportunities of working with the best coaches as well. What's the point of going all the way to Thailand and you're not learning anything? I just think it's like a waste of a trip. So at the time in my life, like it's literally everything that I wanted it to be.
That Bangtao was wild. Like they had everyone from like Superbon, Alexander Volkanovski. They had George St. Pierre there like yesterday. Like,
Yeah,
what's it like training in a gym? It's like brand new there,
yeah, I
right?
trained with Crane Jones as well. I just missed Zhang Wei Li. Like she started that camp. I missed her
Oh
by like a couple of
wow.
days as well. So it's just like the bodies there is amazing. Like you have so much people from around the world, like high level American wrestlers, high level Dutch kickboxers, people from around the world that you don't get to train with in living in your city, living in London where I'm from. So you get to meet so much people around and take stuff from everyone, pick everyone's brain, train with the high level people, and that's what you need as a fighter. And I learned so much as well. Like the wrestling's top tier. Obviously, like in the UK, we're not wrestlers, we're strikers,
Yeah,
as everyone says.
yeah.
But like I got to like dip my toes into like American wrestling, get caught up a little bit on that. So I learned so much anyways while I was having fun.
So I've
What would you say?
wanted to do the. Give me one second. I gotta get involved. But I've wanted to do the Thailand trip and train Muay Thai and like sleep in the thing and do the food there. But I can't go and train with like Trainer Gay and Superbon and these types.
Yeah.
But unless like, do they have like people who have no skill who have never done Muay Thai in their
100%.
life?
100%. You can go to like certain gyms, especially like Tiger, and that they cater for more like commercial people as well. People that have no training. You can go to the classes and you can 100% benefit for that. Like half of the people that actually go to Bangtao are there for casual training, fitness. They're stars, they're newbie. They have beginners MMA as well. So if you've never done any MMA, then you can jump in the beginners classes, and it's like caters for everyone from the lower level. They've never done any training before to like the world champions. Like they have Zhang Wei Li training in the same room as like total beginners. So that's amazing.
Awesome.
That's crazy, man. Do you ever get athletes that just kind of let their hair loose in the evening, have a few drinks and then wake up
Yeah,
to
that
training
was
hungover?
yeah, 100%. That was me as well. When in Thailand,
That
like drinks and beers are only like £2, so you have to make the most of it. You can go clubs. It's like £5 unlimited drinks the whole night. Like it's Thailand. Thailand's the place.
that's crazy. That's crazy. Any plans to go anytime soon, or
I
just
wanna I wanna go in I wanna go in March. My coach says no. I need to
yeah, you can
stay and
never.
train. Yeah, I'm in camp
Yeah,
and stuff like. It's literally paradise. Oh, I literally want to live there. That's why I want to retire. Hopefully, buy a house some ways. In the future there, like set up proper there. I want to go like back and forth, do my training camps here. And like live life in Thailand because it's literally the best place ever.
yeah. I mean, literally everyone I speak to who's ever been
Yeah.
to Thailand. I've never been to Thailand, but they go, "Yeah, I want to live there." Like
Yeah,
it's just
everyone's
everyone.
everyone's so happy. Like everyone's so happy that everyone's free. it's just literally it's paradise. Here
Definitely.
I came back here 2 days. I went from like 35 degrees in Thailand to like -5 degrees in London. I had like
Yeah.
I had like the flu the whole of last week as well. I was like bedbound, like ill because it
Lovely.
was like the difference. Oh, I hated it.
But switching gears a little bit, Shanelle. So you've had a very busy year. You know, you made your pro debut last year, went 4-0. Now you're in the European tournament this year for PFL. Has it been a bit overwhelming at all? You know, considering how busy it's been, or have you just been taking it all in your stride?
No, I've been fighting for a long time, and I love being an active fighter, and I've always been an active fighter. I remember in 2019, I had about 22 fights in that in 1 year. So like, I've always been an active fighter, and this is what I want. I'm at my best when I'm in fight camp. I love being in fight camp. I'm used to it. I'm used to fighting. I've had like 100+ Muay Thai fights, so I know how to fight. It's not like a mental toll for me fighting. I know some people that go through camps, they have to do like 12-week camps because they have to get their head around, and like it's a long process for them. But for me, it's like a short process. I know how to fight. I know what I'm doing. I know I don't have to have ages to switch. So I love being active, and that's what I really like about PFL as well. I'm in European tournament this year. I know when I'm fighting. I know the dates where I'm gonna fight. I know when to peak. I know obviously to take my holidays, my rest periods, and I know when to go hard into training. So I'm hopefully to have hopefully have an active year this time, win the 3 fights and win the tournament. Last year was my first year pro. I had 4 fights, and like it was literally unbelievable. 3 finishes last year as well. It's like I can't ask for anything more. It's like people's dreams.
Yeah, the PFL is great. I love what they're doing with Dan Hardy in Europe here. It's great stuff. But let me jump back to your Muay Thai and K1 kickboxing career there. I saw the picture with all of the world championships, the belts, the trophies. Where do you store all of this?
Most of it's on my wall. Like I still live with my parents and my mom. It takes up everywhere. It's all like around my room and stuff. Like I've run out of space. So like, do not give me another belt. When I get that PFL belt, I think it's gonna stay in the gym because literally no more space for any medals, belts, and trophies all over my house. But yeah, I've been doing Muay Thai for about 10 years now. I won my first belt, my first title when I was about 9-10 years old. So I've just been collecting. Like obviously, I love fighting. So I just want to gain as much experience as possible, and I've done that in amateur. Even in MMA, I've done about 11 amateur MMA fights. So I've done the grinding when I was amateur. I took every fight possible. So when I do turn pro, which I did last year, I've gained all the necessary experience, so I can just keep elevating my game from there.
It's awesome to hear, and I'm so pumped about it. But we have to ask, like someone that we've had on the show a couple of times before, you've called out the PFL Europe champion, Dakota Ditcheva.
Yeah.
And I like Dakota's a great person. Like, have you two been on the same scene? Like both of you were Muay Thai and now you're MMA.
Funny thing about that, like I won my first world title when I was about 12 years old, and we was in the same England team, so we was doing that England squad training together, and I won my first world title, and she won her world title as well, the IFMA world title. So we came from that same background, striking background. We both turned into obviously MMA specialists now, and obviously she's a few years older than me, and she turned pro a few years ahead of me as well. So she obviously won the European title last year, and I'm looking to do that today. This year.
Absolutely. Where do you feel like your strengths would lie against Dakota? Obviously, keeping it respectful with Dakota, she's a friend of the show. But yeah, where do you feel like your strengths would lie?
I know she's a striker. Everyone knows she's a striker. She has a bit of grappling that she showed that in the Newcastle fight thing. I think I was there as well. I watched that. And I think I'm a well-rounded fighter as well. Obviously, I'm a striker. My bread and butter is a striker, as her. But I think a lot of people underestimate my grappling. Like I am a purple belt, and I won that fighting on the biggest grappling stage in the world, Polaris, and I submitted one of the top prospects in the UK with a Omoplata wrist lock and got sub of the night. So I'm really confident in my striking ability, in my grappling abilities, my wrestling abilities as well, working with Brad Pickett day in and day out. So I just think I'm the full package in MMA. I'm confident anywhere. Striking is where I'm comfortable at, and I'm comfortable and confident in that aspect. I'm confident in my grappling capabilities as well. So I think it's going to be an amazing fight one day that when we do meet eventually. I think it's going to be one of the biggest fights in female UK MMA in history. So hopefully, if PFL, if they play that right, maybe she'll be world champion and I'll be world champion, and then I'll come over and try to take her belt, and I'll be one of the biggest fights not even in UK, in the world down the line.
100%. Be a banger of a fight for sure.
100%. I'm interested in that. I love pushing myself against the best people in the world, and I want to be the best fighter in the world. And to be the best fighter, you have to beat the best fighters in the world. So that's what I'm 100% going to do. That's my aim.
So I saw an interview a few years ago where you actually said that your goal a few years down the line, be a UFC champion. Is that something that you'd like to do down the line, or are you happy with the PFL, just generally speaking?
Yeah, so right now I'm quite happy with the PFL. Like, for me personally, I take the right fights. I take what makes sense to me, what gives me the most money, obviously, and what elevates my legacy and my career. Right now, that's with PFL, and PFL is growing. I'm still early in my career. My main focus is to grow, and right now I can grow within the PFL, and the PFL is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Every year they're coming up with like bigger stuff. They're doing Bellator versus PFL champion. They're signing like boxers, Carissa Shields. They're taking over like the Saudi. They have Saudi money. So like they're just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Like my number one goal in MMA is to be the best fighter in the world. So I'll go wherever the best fighters are in the world. And the way PFL is going, I don't see any reason why for me to go UFC anytime soon.
Awesome stuff. Amazing to hear. But let me ask you about, you did win the grappling match via Omoplata. You taught yourself the Omoplata off of YouTube, is that correct?
Yeah, I actually did, to be fair. in the beginning of like my jiu-jitsu days, obviously I was trying to, like my first year of jiu-jitsu, obviously I was trying to get better at jiu-jitsu. So I used to just stalk Instagram and YouTube, all the instructionals and stuff like that. And I saw a really cool move. I was just like, this looks interesting. And I just tried it in training, and it was so easy for me to do. And I was just getting on everyone, like especially bigger people. I was just getting on everyone. It was just like, it was so easy to do. And I remember in the back of before fighting on Pilates, I was arguing with like my teammate, like for Bance as well. He was like, "Oh, Omoplata is not a real submission." I was like, "Yes, it is." He was just like, "It's not a real submission." I was like, "Yes, it is." Watch, and I'd done it, and then I was like, "See," and it worked out. So.
Yeah,
this is awesome. So converting from K1 kickboxing style to Muay Thai, you had never wanted, I'm going to read you a quote, but you had never wanted to do Brazilian Jiu Jitsu grappling. And you said, in my head, I'd go, no, he's sweaty and I don't like hugging strangers. How did you get over that?
Oh, I hated it. All my days, I hated it. The first few months of doing like jiu-jitsu, I hated it. Like, I remember doing like my first class, and my coach was like, "Oh, you have to get close," and I was like, "No." He's just like, "Yeah," like I was in side control. He's just like, "You have to be like chest to chest," and I didn't want to. I was like, "I don't want to do that." But then, like after a few like weeks and months, obviously fighting MMA, you have to know how to do jiu-jitsu. So I think after my fourth MMA fight. I lost it. She was a really good fight against Ivana Sirik. And I think that's when COVID happened as well. So I was like, okay, calm. I have like a couple months or whatever, how long, just to like bang out jiu-jitsu. And my striking is good. I think I only done striking like once a week. And all I did was jiu-jitsu. And I didn't even like jiu-jitsu. But I would just turn up to every single class because I just need to get better at it. And now I actually like it. I actually love jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
I'm actually really good at it. So,
and you're a purple belt now as well. Under Ashleigh Grimshaw, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Speaking of your coaches, so we actually had one of your teammates, Yvan, on a few months ago, and he mentioned, just your coaches, Ashleigh Grimshaw and Brad Pickett, and it's very much, well, he mentioned it's kind of like a bad coach, good coach in a way, in the sense that Ashleigh Grimshaw can just get on you if you feels like you're doing a bit shit, you'll just kind of burn you a little bit. What's the coaching style between two those gents?
Yeah, so like Ashley, he's like he says it how it is. Like there's no filter with him. If that was shit, he would tell it was shit. And if it was good, he won't say nothing because it's meant to be good anyways. So he's that type of coach where he says it how it is, and you kind of need that in the sense like you don't want a coach to sugarcoat it stuff, especially in this game. It's a dangerous game. Like if it was bad, he would tell you it's bad and he'll tell you how to fix it. Because he wants the best of your fighters as well, and he wants you to grow and to be the best that you can be. Brad's a little bit opposite. Brad's nice to you in the way, like he still tells you, like if you do a bad double leg, I should be like, that's shit. If you do a bad double leg, Brad will be like, oh well, this is how you fix it. And he's like, he's nice, he's approachable. Ash will just give you a look, and be like, okay, like you have to fix it up now. But you need quite both. I like having both of them in my corner as well. Have a bit of both.
Yeah. Is it a little bit intimidating for the people that have just started jiu-jitsu trying to train under Ashleigh Grimshaw? Because
100.
just a normal guy coming from a day in the office, and the guy's like, "What the fuck is that, man?" Piece of shit.
Yeah, 100%. He's definitely like you either like love him or you hate him. And if you hate him, it's like he's not for you then. But if you love it, it works because whatever he says actually works. Like he corners me for my hexagon fight, and I remember it was like 30 seconds, and he was like, Shanelle, 10 seconds spinning back elbow. Then 10 seconds came, and he was just like 10 seconds spinning back elbow, and I done it and I landed it. So like whatever he says, it 100% works. You just have to listen to what he says, and you have to trust what he says. But it's kind of hard, like if you don't actually know him.
Yeah,
unreal. It's a really cool training room that you guys have down there. And I want to ask you as well, someone who's just transitioning to pro, and you've worked with Lisa Zimmo. Like, what can we expect from her in the future, right?
Lisa's amazing. Like her grappling is amazing, her striking is amazing as well. She's so dedicated to the sport. Like she's always in the gym. She does all the rounds, and she's basically like an older sister to me as well. Helped me so much in the gym. She's like one of my main training partners. I learned so much from her. And she's done the amateur career right because she's the world champion. Like she legitimately, that's amazing. That's like she's literally the best featherweight female in the whole world. Like who can say that? Not a lot of people can say that, and she won it last year, so she's 100% legit. She was meant to make her pro debut in the next few weeks, but obviously the show got moved on. So, but everyone's looking forward to what she's gonna do in her pro career.
So, what do they do different at Great British Top Team with like? It can be very intimidating for women to get into these sports because it's such like a male dominated field. But that is not something I've ever heard from anyone at Great British Top Team. How are they so welcoming and in a way that's not intimidating?
Yeah, we have like an amazing girl squad. I think we have one of the best, if not the best girl squad, female squad in the whole of the UK. And I just think it goes down to like the level of GB Top Team. Like that's what attracted me to GB Top Team, like the level of like the training. And that's why I went. And the girls there, we're so welcoming. Even the coaches, that they don't discriminate. They train everyone the same. The training partners are amazing. They don't see you as a girl, and they have no ego. There's no ego in GB Top Team, especially with the guys. They don't see a girl as weak. They'll train with you the same that they train with their training partners, especially the flyweights. I get good rounds with them. They push me to be the best that I can be without hurting me as well, because 100% that some people, if you get better of them, if you're a girl, that they will try to hurt you or like take advantage of you, but no, they'll push you in a good way, and that's what I really like about GB Top Team.
Awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. How was it kind of getting into the sport initially? To your family, like were they very supportive, or were they going, what are you doing getting into this?
Yeah, so I started the sport when I was about 9 years old. That the area that I come from is not the best area, like as a lot of places in London is, to be fair. So my parents, especially my dad, he was really sporty when he was younger. So he used to just put me and my siblings, I have 5 siblings, into sport. So we did like everything. We did swimming. I even did ballet, gymnastics, jazz dancing, all of that. But nothing stuck until fighting, and I just fell in love with fighting the first time I set foot into the gym. I just wanted to be the best at it. I was in a small group and there was a big group, and I just wanted to get into the big group, and I just loved the challenge of it. And I just pushed myself into be the best fighter I could be in that. Mom, she cares about me as well, so she's like, whatever you want to do in life, I will support you 100%. But that was with Muay Thai. I switched to MMA when I was about 17, 18 years old. I know my dad initially was like, he didn't really understand MMA. He just thought it was a brutal sport. He was like, okay, MMA is a bit violent. He doesn't really understand it, but he trusts me. He knows how hard that I train, and I train professionally and I train smart. And he knows that I really want this. So he looks at me and he understands that I really want this. So he supports me in that way.
Oh, that's awesome to hear. So being a child in martial arts, you took a little break when you were a teenager, which a lot of people do because you get distracted by like drugs or, dating, stuff like that. How did you get motivated? Yeah, just stuff. How did you actually get back in the gym?
I actually moved gyms, to be fair. My dad actually got me back to a gym because we moved gyms from my original Muay Thai gym to All Stars. The team kind of dispatched and stuff like that. So I took like 2 years off, whatever. And my dad said, okay, I found another gym. Do you want to go there? And I missed the sport as well. I loved it. I've done it for like 3-4 years. I became world champion at the sport, and I just didn't want to give it up. I'm not the type of person just to start something and not finish it. So I did want to finish the sport, become pro, and see how far I can take this. So I went back to a different gym, and I just started fighting again, and I just kept winning and winning and winning. And I just wanted to see how far I can take the sport.
Amazing. And look at us now. Look at this. Ash,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm glad I did.
How do you unwind? Like, how do you unwind after fights? What's kind of? Do you have a kind of routine after your training sessions?
After my training session, I just sleep.
Yeah.
Literally, like my coach would say, but all I do in life is sleep. Train and sleep, train and sleep, train and sleep. No, literally, I love relaxing. Especially like after training session, I'll just go home, go on YouTube, just do normal stuff. Just like try not to think about fighting and MMA. It's not. I don't think it's healthy to think about MMA 24/7. I'm a huge anime fan as well, so I'll just go home and just binge watch anime, read manga, and become a whole nerd when I come home, and then go to the gym.
What are you watching at the moment?
Right now, I'm watching Solo Leveling. That's a new one that just came out. It's only 3 episodes, but I read like most of it. It's so amazing. I'm reading One Piece. Caught up like chapter 1100 or something. It's amazing. What else? Just like a few others as well. So yeah.
No, I was watching Demon Slayer. I don't know if you watched that at all, Shanelle.
Yeah, I watched it. It's finished. I think the new season comes out. The movie comes out in February. I'm gonna go to the cinema to watch that. I think the new season comes out in March. It's one of my favorites. That Jujutsu Kaisen just ended. Like, Jujutsu Kaisen comes up to like my top 5. I've watched like 250 plus anime. And, like Jujutsu Kaisen is like top 5. Demon Slayer is like top 10 anime in like the whole world.
What about I'll pitch a few at you, but what about like what's your Cowboy Bebop policy? How do you feel?
Oh my days. I love Cowboy Bebop. That is such a vibe.
Yes.
It's one of the best. The soundtrack's amazing. The vibe's amazing. I was literally listening to the opening song like on the way here. The opening songs are 5. The whole show's a 5. I love that show. Amazing. Yeah. I have the shirt of it and everything. Sick.
The best. Yeah, it's the rewatch. Just watch that once a year. How'd you feel about the Netflix remake though?
I haven't watched it. I think I've kind of watched episode 1, but I don't like live actions.
It's actually good.
I think there's only one live action I liked was what's it? The Tokyo Revengers one that just came out. That's the only one that's actually legit. The One Piece live action. The One Piece live action, I hate it because so much casuals are watching like the live action and they're like, yeah, I watched One Piece. I'm just like, you haven't watched 1,000 episodes. You've watched that.
That's me. I'm like, this is good, man. I don't have to watch 1,000 episodes. Where do you see yourself in 5 years, Shanelle? You know, it could be the fire, it could be the civilian. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I see myself in 5 years with at least $1 million in my bank account, 100%. That's me becoming PFL world champion, if not once, then twice, multiple PFL champion, and becoming one of the best fighters in the world, if not of all time, in 5 years' time.
Love to hear it. Future world champion and future millionaire here on the show. Tim, Ash, Calf Kick Sports, Shanelle, last word goes to you here. Shout out anyone that you need to shout out. Thank any sponsors that you got, but you talk us on out of here.
Yeah, so shout out everyone in GB Top Gymnasia Academy, my coaches, Ash, Brad, and Barry. Shout out my sponsors, Scramble, Figure 8, Provide Security, anyone that I forgot, Tranquini as well. And just thank you everyone for my support. I should be fighting soon, so take care.
Thank you so much.